I'd like to begin by saying a big you to YouTube for demonetizing my video yesterday. All that work wasted. In this video, I'll tell you about an American's body found in the water after a 5-day search, India to UK Boeing Dreamliner crashes taking the lives of everyone except for one survivor, HIV outbreak in the Philippines in a Pogo detention center, Israel attacks Iran in an unprecedented strike on the capital of Tehran. Let's jump straight into our main story. After a 5-day search, the body of a 28-year-old American tourist, Mr. Johnson, was found in Koh Rai's shoreline in Phuket on June 12th. He had disappeared on June 8th after jumping twice into the sea from a private yacht anchored near Yamu Beach, where he was vacationing with his family. CCTV showed Johnson exiting his cabin around 2 to 3 a.m., sitting on an inflatable boat and jumping into the water twice, not returning the second time. A large-scale rescue operation was launched involving local officials, jet ski boats, and coastal teams. His body was discovered caught under trees, and officials have begun standard legal proceedings notifying the U.S. Embassy. I covered this story, I believe, a couple days ago, and now his body has been found. May he rest in peace. And then in a story that we have to talk about, a flight AL-171 tragically crashed seconds after takeoff, claiming 241 lives on board, plus victims on the ground. Only one person survived. It's a landmark accident, the first fatal crash of a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, and the investigation is ongoing. The lone survivor was sitting at seat 11A. May they all rest in peace. Now, this story, I've said this before and I'll say it again. For some reason, plane crashes hits me a little bit different. You know, like, of course, tragedies happen everywhere, but I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that maybe because I fly so often, the fact that people have basically no control over, you're helpless completely. Or, yeah, I think those are the two main reasons. I wonder, and I think it's just the sadness of so many people dying all at once is so tragic. And I feel so bad for the lone survivor. This poor guy, this is what he had to say. It all happened so quickly, he said. When I got up, there were bodies all around me. I was scared. I stood up and ran. There were pieces of the plane all around me. Someone grabbed hold of me and put me inside an ambulance and brought me here. I really hope this guy gets all the medical and, more importantly, psychological help that he needs for the rest of his life. I can't even begin to imagine the survivor's guilt he must feel going forward. And his brother had to say the following in a very touching video.
When the plane crashed, he video called my dad saying, "Oh, the plane's crashed." I'm not sure how I made out of the plane. He was confused and everything. It's like I can't see my other brother. I don't see any other passengers or anything. Even though he survived, yeah, it's a miracle. Like, still worried about our other brother, my other brother.
Your other brother's name?
Ajay Kumar Ramesh.
Were they on the plane together?
Yeah, they were. They were both sat on the exit doors.
When did you last speak to Ajay?
I last spoke to him yesterday afternoon. He's like, "I'll see you tomorrow." Those were his last words to me. I was supposed to go and pick him up at Gatwick Airport today. We've got friends there that are trying to look for him, but the hospital is not allowing entry to any relatives, family members, or anyone. So we've got no updates at the moment. Devastated. Yeah, just devastated.
And one last thing, there was a video that came out afterwards by someone that was on the flight previous to that flight saying that none of the electronics worked. Basically, nothing was operating properly on the plane. They lost some kind of electrical power. So for me, obviously, we don't want to speculate at this point, wait for the black box to get actual evidence. But if the video is true, it's seen maybe somebody seriously dropped the ball somewhere. It's not even a situation where you can use that term. It's so much more severe than that. Hopefully, someone is held accountable if it is direct negligence. And next up, let's go to the Philippines. The Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission on Thursday expressed concerns over the spread of infectious diseases among workers from the Philippine offshore gaming operators who are currently in government custody. As a result, the agency has temporarily suspended its operations against illegal Pogo activities. Executive Director Gilbert Cruz stated that around 700 former Pogo workers are being held at a temporary detention facility in Pasay City. A recent medical checkup revealed that 66 detainees tested positive for HIV, syphilis, and hepatitis. What are y'all doing in there, man? Some of you guys, come on, man, hold that together. Wait till you get out. all jokes aside, I doubt this was all caused from being held there, probably from before. There was another study done about this whole situation in the Philippines. Many, over 600 people from the 5,000 claimed they got up from basically in doing stuff in exchange for money. I gotta watch how I say this. Yeah, very interesting. I doubt they're the sole cause of all this, but I'm pretty sure they've significantly contributed to spreading that shit all across the Philippines. Next up, on a very significant story coming from Iran. On June 13th, Israel launched a surprise airstrike in Tehran, the capital of Iran, targeting nuclear and military sites. Multiple explosions were reported, and Iranian state media claimed that several high-ranking figures may have been no longer alive, including General Hossein Salami, head of Revolutionary Guard, 2 other top officials, and 2 nuclear scientists. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu confirmed attack and said it would continue, quote, as long as it takes to eliminate threats from Iran's nuclear and missile programs. The move follows a recent censure by the International Atomic Energy Agency over Iran's lack of cooperation. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio stated that the U.S. was not involved in the operation, but emphasized the protection of American forces in the region. President Donald Trump, who had advised restraint, was seen mingling at the White House as the news broke. Both Iran and Israel closed their airspace, and Israel's defense minister, Israel Katz, declared a state of emergency, warning of imminent retaliatory missiles and drone attacks. Oil prices nearly 5% increase after the strike, and the situation remains highly volatile. This is the ongoing beef between Iran and Israel for a long time, but usually it's done by proxies or like basically covert operations, shadow operations. This one's a bit different because it's a direct attack. So what's different this time? This is the first reported direct large-scale Israel military strike on Iranian soil, and specifically its capital, Tehran. It marks a significant escalation beyond covert or regional proxy actions. I fear an all-out war is coming there. I know a lot of times Iran has a large or loud bark, but rarely do anything about it. Usually just to like keep up, basically keep facing, okay, we launched some drones in your... Anyways, I hope nothing more comes out of this, but I feel like I could be wrong. Let's finish off with the story of some nice horses in the Philippines. 18 horses strut like bosses on National Road after escaping a farm situated in Davao City. In the video footage, the 18 horses walked together in a single lane a matter of 8 kilometers on Lanang. Davao motorists and locals alike were surprised but gave extra courtesy to the horse by moving out the way. I don't know if that's courtesy, more like survival. I'm not trying to get ran over by no horse. 18 of them for that matter. Man, this was a very, very depressing episode for me personally. Yeah, I don't know what going on in it. I just don't feel nice about everything going on around the world. I was considering taking a day off, but you just can't hide from situations. I think you gotta just face reality and life as it is. Based off my job, it's kind of difficult not to look at the news. Honestly, if YouTube wasn't my source of income or whatever, I don't know if I'd be on any social media. Like no Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, none of that junk. I'll be living my life. So if you guys are in that situation that you could do that, maybe you should. I don't know. I don't even know how to end this. Let's go on to see if we have a positive moment, hopefully. Hey, we got something. Anu Juno says, I got a happy note. I texted my wife asking her if she needs more money for her monthly expenses. She said, no, she's good. Damn, I'm a happy man. She's a keeper. Good for you. Looks like your wife likes you and loves you, hopefully. Not just for your money, but for you as a person. It's time for a segment Yesterday Today, where I read some of the most popular comments regarding our previous video. Lizard says, the guy getting robbed while in shower was a bad transaction. Ha! I like that. Good joke right there. Dash says, for such a religious and conservative country, they sure do have a funny way of showing it. And Rick says, I just throw my hands up. They don't have any traffic laws in the Philippines, in which they should. In other words, they do, but they need to enforce them more. They do use common courtesy for certain things, but driving is far first come, first serve. I know the main things is you keep your head on a swivel, know all your surroundings at all times, keep your eyes and ears open. Yes, unfortunately, it is the way it is. You just have to adapt to it if you want to actually survive. Do what the locals do, drive as they do what you can. I just recommend being defensive as much as you can, and always have some kind of camera on so you can record any incidences in case somebody tries to blame you that you hit them when they actually hit you. So make sure you have those, what do you call, dash cam. That's the word I was looking for, dash cam. I'm gonna dash my ass outside, get a coffee or something, try to get into a better mood. Thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments down below regarding any of the stories I covered. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I'd like to begin by saying a big fuck you to YouTube for demonetizing my video yesterday. Sitting on an inflatable What the shit?